Hi, this is Anil and welcome to the video tutorial for the Learning Lad on C++ programming. So in the previous tutorial we have learned what are the preprocessor directives, and we have learned about the hash include preprocessor directive. So in this tutorial I'm going to teach you about another preprocessor directive which is available in C++, and it is called hash define. This hash define preprocessor directive defines an identifier and a character sequence. That character sequence will be substituted for the identifier each time it is encountered in the source file. The identifier that we're gonna define is also referred to as the macro name, and the character sequence or the replacement for that identifier is called as the macro replacement. So first of all, what is a macro? A macro is nothing but a fragment of code which is given some name. So here the identifier that we're gonna define, let's say country, anything, this identifier is called as the macro name, and the character sequence that is used to substitute this identifier is called as the macro replacement. Let's say India. So now whenever I use this identify a country in our program, this character sequence will be replaced. And also I told that this identifier is called as a macro name, and a macro is nothing but a fragment of code which has given a name. And there are two types of macros. So one is called function type macros, another one is called object type macros. So we're gonna learn about the function type macros in the next tutorial, and here this type of macros are called as the object type macros because they look like an object. Okay, now just to demonstrate, whenever we use this identifier in our program or this macro name in our program, the character sequence or this macro replacement will be replaced. Here in my program I'm going to use cout, and I'm just going to say I'm living in the country, and then I'm going to refer to that macro country. So it's going to be country country, and add the semicolon and build and run this, and you guys can see I'm living in the country India. So now if I change this one to Africa, it returns that one, build and run it again, Africa. So whatever we have written here, the character sequence, that will be replaced whenever this macro name is encountered. So the next thing that I want you guys to teach you is, it might not be a character sequence here. We can have a number. For example, let's say 1, and I can define 1. And also, we can use this macro to define another macro. For example, let's say hash define 2, and it's gonna be 1 plus 1. And if I want, I can define another one called 3, and it's gonna be 2 plus 1. Alright, so here whenever we refer to these macros, the macro names, this macro definition will be replaced. So here if I refer to 3, at that time what happens is it's gonna replace it with 2 plus 1, and again that 2 will be replaced with 1 plus 1, and again that 1 will be replaced with 1. So here it's gonna be 1 plus 1 plus 1. Alright, now I'm gonna build and run this, and now we get 3. So another thing is, if your macro definition exceeds more than one line, for example, let's say welcome, our welcome message, and here let's say it's gonna exceed more than one line. Let's say hello everyone, welcome to, and then let's say we want to go to the next line. At that time we can use a backslash and write it in the next line, the Learning Lad video tutorials. And again if you want to go to the next line, you guys can use the backslash, and I'm gonna add tutorials. Alright, now if I refer to this welcome, if I build and run this, we get hello everyone, welcome to the Learning Lad video tutorials. Alright, and another thing is, normally people use the capital letters to, define the identifier or the macro name. So this is it, guys. This is about something on the hash defined preprocessor directive, which is available in C++. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.